guys want to go like over that way?
Yeah,
Or do
so
you want
we're
to
going
stand
to
side like that? Either way you
I
want
want
to
to
do it.
start right here. Well, I back here. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go back here.
been more than a university. It has been a home. It has been a place. Oh, yeah. This land has supported our growth, shaped our aspirations, and held our achievements. It has been the foundation beneath every lecture, every friendship, and every milestone we celebrate today. But before us, before UCLA became an educational institution, this land was and continues to be home to the Gabrielino Tongva people. The Gabrielino Tongva people come from villages across the Bungar, the Los Angeles Basin, and the Southern Channel Islands. Their presence is deeply rooted in this land, whether through the pathways that will later become the 405 freeway or through sacred sites like the Currabunga Springs. Their history is not something of the past. It is living, enduring, and present. On behalf of the university, and as an Indigenous woman who understands what it means to navigate institutions built on our cultures and our people, I have the privilege of expressing my deepest gratitude to the Gabrielino Tongva people, the traditional caretakers of Tavungar. As a land-grant institution, UCLA acknowledges its presence on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Gabrielino Tongva people. But this acknowledgement is not just a statement. It's a reminder of ongoing responsibility to care for this land. The word kuyam, a Gabrielino Tongva word for guest, reminds us that we are not entitled to this land. It reminds us that this land is not something to be owned or controlled, but something sacred and in relationship with us. Kuyam reminds us that as we gather here on native land, we are guests with a responsibility to honor, respect, and care for this land, like the Gabrielino Tongva people have been doing. So I ask you, fellow graduates, what are we doing to acknowledge and preserve Gabrielino Tongva culture? It is one thing to acknowledge the land that hosts us, but it is another to take action and situate ourselves within a culturally grounded context. To truly honor this land means committing ourselves to learning its history, uplifting Indigenous voices, and supporting the sovereignty and resilience of Native communities. As we leave UCLA and step into this next chapter of our lives, may we carry this awareness with us as people responsible for the spaces we enter and the communities we impact. That way, we can collectively create a better future for all people by centering culture and well-meaning relationships. Icham, thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy. And congratulations to you on earning your degree. There are few times in our lives where we're able to come together to acknowledge our collective hard work and to celebrate our communal achievements. I'm excited to say that today is one of those days. You can say yeah, it's good. As students here at UCLA, you all have put in the long nights. Some of you have studied complicated math equations that I can't even do. Some of you have read my dense academic articles in my class. And many of you finished your homework assignments, sometimes at the last minute, but it still got done. I know it wasn't easy. I too was a student once. And now, being a professor here, I can attest to some of the challenges that we too as faculty face in these moments. We never imagined that anybody would figure out how to hack into Canvas. I can barely hack into my own email. Nor were we ready for the floods that would come and inundate many of our buildings and offices. But we persevered, and we persevered together. And more importantly, we showed what it means to be a Bruin. On this graduation day, I want you to not only reflect on what it is you've learned, but also to celebrate who it is you all have become. You all are the reason why UCLA became the #1 public institution in this country. It was during your time here that you demonstrated resiliency and dedication. You represent the best amongst us. Please give yourselves a round of applause today. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the parents, the aunties, the uncles, the grandparents, the brothers, the sisters, the cousins, the friends, the babies, everybody here who made you who you are. We understand at UCLA that education is a collective process. Some of these people made sure you didn't fall asleep during those late night reading sessions. Some of them may have even texted you to ask you how class was going. Some of you may have lied and said it was going great even though you didn't go to class, but that's okay. I want to say thank you to them for standing by you during your time here at UCLA. I want them to know that this degree and this ceremony is also for you all. I know that receiving a UCLA education isn't just the dream of an individual, it's also the dream of a family. You represent your family's wildest dreams. As you go out into the world, whether it's to start a new job, to continue your education, or to be of service to your country or your community, I want you to remember that you are always a part of the Bruin community. With that said, I am honored to be your college marshal, and more importantly, I am honored to count you all amongst my community. Thank you. Singing of the national anthem this morning will be led by Carolyn Seek. I think some of you all know Miss Seek, okay? Carolyn is graduating today with a degree in political science, a minor in film, television, and digital media. Would everyone please rise for the national anthem? Okay. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you. I was not expecting that, Carolyn. How are you, an undergrad? That's crazy. Yeah. She didn't even read the notes either. She knew all that. That's okay. Thank you. Everybody may be seated. Now I am pleased to introduce the Senior Dean of the College and Dean of Physical Sciences, Dr. Miguel Garcia Garibay.
Thank you, Justin. Hello, graduates. It's an amazing day, so we're lucky to be here together. And on behalf of the deans, faculty, and honored guests who join me on the stage, I welcome you and your family to the commencement ceremony for the College of Letters and Science. I would also like to thank Professor Donovan, College Marshal, for greeting us this morning. Graduates, this is a day to acknowledge your achievements and to celebrate the culmination of your undergraduate studies. You have met the highest challenges of education. You have been partners with faculty in our quest to learn and discover. You will be the next generation of leaders and fields in the fields that you pursue. Class of 2026, your academic journey has led you here to this historic moment, which really will never come again. So together, we look forward to a very, very bright future. Graduates, joining us here today are many special people who stood by you through your years at UCLA. Your family and friends, like as parents, partners, friends, and family members of our graduates. Would you all please stand and be recognized? Please. The parents, the friends. Exactly. We are very grateful for all of you have done for our Bruins. Thank you. Now, I am very pleased to introduce the 7th Chancellor of UCLA, Julio Frank. Since taking office, Chancellor Frank has championed efforts to build greater connections on campus, expanded partnerships with community, encourage dialogue across difference, and reinforce our commitment to academic excellence and public service. Together with the UCLA community, he is advancing a collective vision for the university future called One UCLA. Please join me in welcoming UCLA Chancellor Julio Frank.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. It is my great honor to preside over today's commencement ceremony and to celebrate the remarkable UCLA class of 2026. Congratulations. This moment belongs to all of you, and I hope you feel a deep sense of pride as you mark this milestone. But no one reaches this day alone. Let's applaud again the parents, families, friends, faculty, staff, coaches, and mentors whose support and encouragement help make this achievement possible. Graduation is a time to reflect on the moments that shape your lives as Bruins. You may remember stepping onto Bruin Walk for the first time. You may remember a class that questioned your assumptions about the world. You may remember late night conversations on the Hill, or the rhythm of the 8 clap rising around you in Poly. At the time, those moments may have seemed ordinary. Years from now, you will return to them as some of your most cherished memories. The talent and ambition you brought to UCLA has been transformed. You are leaving with a deeper understanding of yourselves, of others, and of the world you will now help shape. We call this UCLA for life. I would like to speak briefly about the world you are entering. We are living in a moment marked by an unprecedented mix of pressure and promise. New discoveries are expanding what is possible, and the future can seem limitless. At the same time, though, polarization is dividing our communities, and trust in institutions is declining. In this complex context, you are about to enter the most dynamic labor market in history, mostly due to advances in technology, which are both creating new jobs and disrupting existing ones. These challenges will help shape the future you inherit. They also offer opportunities for you, yourselves, to shape the future. As you leave UCLA, you carry with you more than the knowledge you gained in your classes. You carry the values that underpin our value to society. The search for truth, freedom of expression, respectful disagreement, expansion of opportunity, embrace of difference, dedication to service, and the relentless pursuit of inclusive excellence. These are not just university values, they are human values. They help us find common ground, and they remind us that disagreement does not have to mean division. In moments like these, values matter most when they guide our actions. I believe one action is especially important: kindness to strangers. Let me tell you why this matters to me, not just as UCLA's chancellor, but as a person. The defining moment of my life happened, like with most of us, before I was born. In the 1930s, my paternal grandparents were forced to flee Germany along with their two young children, my father, who was 6, and my aunt, who was 4. A series of unlikely events brought them to Mexico, a country poorer in material wealth, but richer in tolerance, solidarity, and kindness to strangers. It is relatively easy to be kind to people who look like us, sound like us, pray like us, or love like us. It is much more difficult to show kindness across those differences. That kindness saved my family, it allowed them to rebuild their lives, and it made my own life possible. Like my siblings and cousins, I was raised with a sense of responsibility to give back. We have dedicated our careers to public service through medicine, science, music, and education, because we understood what kindness can make possible. Today, I believe this more strongly than ever. In a time when it is easy to retreat into our own silos, kindness is a way of building connection. It reminds us of our shared humanity, and it opens the door to understanding. And that brings me back to you and to UCLA. As graduates of this great institution, you now carry UCLA's mission far beyond Westwood. UCLA will always be part of you, and you will always be part of UCLA. Our university motto, Fiat Lux, or Let There Be Light, is not just a phrase. It is a call to action for the rest of your lives. Let your learning be a source of light. Let your voice bring light to difficult conversations, and let your actions shine light where it is needed most. When you are unsure where to begin, begin with kindness. Class of 2026, may you lead with intellect, humility, and heart. May you use what you have learned here not only to improve your own lives, but also to improve the lives of others. And may we stay connected as one UCLA. Congratulations, and go Bruins!
Thank you, Chancellor Frank. My name is Adriana Galvan, Dean and Vice Provost of Undergraduate Education. My fellow deans and I are honored to acknowledge the students who graduate today with very special academic achievements. I'd like to recognize the students who are graduating with one of the highest academic honors the College of Letters and Science can give to an undergraduate, the designation of College Honors. The extraordinary students who are graduating today with college honors have completed outstanding work in their major and a special set of rigorous courses. Of the thousands of students who are graduating here today, 200 are receiving college honors. Will the students who are graduating today with college honors please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. Dean Johnson will recognize your service in the community.
Graduates, my name is Tracy Johnson. I'm the Dean of Life Sciences, and I am so pleased to recognize our many students who are involved in projects in the community. They accomplish this work through campus programs that bring together civic involvement and academic courses. So would all of the graduates who serve in the community please stand if you're able. Thank you. Please be seated. Dean Valenzuela will recognize the Chancellor's Service Award recipients.
Graduates, I am Abel Valenzuela, and I proudly serve as Dean of Social Sciences. I am privileged to acknowledge the recipients of the 2026 Chancellor's Service Award. The Chancellor's Service Award is presented to students whose college careers have been distinguished by dedication to UCLA and the community. These students, 88 of them this year, have earned this distinction through a sustained record of outstanding leadership and service. Will the students who have been honored as recipients of the Chancellor's Service Award, please, if you are able to, stand so we can recognize your superb commitment. Thank you. Please be seated. My colleague, Dean Stern, will recognize those who have earned Latin honors.
Graduates, I am Alexandra Ministern, Dean of Humanities. I proudly serve in this role. I would like to present our students who are receiving Latin honors, which is recognition for high academic achievement. As you may know, there are 3 levels of Latin honors. First, I would like to acknowledge our students who have received cum laude honors. Please stand if you are able to be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. Next, I would like to honor our students who are graduating magna cum laude. Please stand if you are able to be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. And finally, let us honor the students who are graduating with the highest of Latin honors, summa cum laude. Please stand if you are able to be recognized. Congratulations to all who received Latin honors. Dean Garcia-Garabay will recognize your effort in research.
Hello again, graduates. I would like to recognize students who have participated in research while at UCLA. As you know, UCLA is one of the world's greatest research universities. More than half of our students enhance their academic careers by working alongside faculty on projects, writing an honors thesis, or participating in research classes. These students perform original work and advance the frontiers of knowledge. Would all the graduating seniors who participated in research please stand so we can recognize your achievements? Congratulations. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Garcia Garibay. Graduates, you've excelled in everything you've put your mind to, from research to community service, from academic success to personal enrichment. You've spent your years at UCLA becoming well-rounded and ready to begin a new chapter. Your student speaker for this morning embodies many of your own successes. It is my pleasure today to introduce today's student speaker, Raquel Wadabam. Raquel is from the San Francisco Bay Area and is graduating with a degree in physics. During her time at UCLA, she pursued interdisciplinary research across both the physics and the chemistry and biochemistry departments, where she investigated novel quantum materials and worked to improve imaging methods in structural biology. Outside of the laboratory, she fully engaged with the campus community. Raquel studied abroad in Madrid through the UC Education Abroad program, participated in the Delta Gamma sorority, competed in intramural sports, and explored California with the UCLA backpacking and ski board clubs. Following graduation, she looks forward to entering graduate school and pursuing a career in scientific research. Please welcome Raquel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome, esteemed UCLA Chancellor Julio Frank, distinguished faculty, dearest family and friends, and of course, my fellow graduates. To the class of 2026, congratulations. Today marks a momentous day in each of our educational journeys and lives. Our hard work and dedication have led us here, sitting side by side in our caps and gowns. This moment invites us to reflect on our time at UCLA and to consider what lies ahead. When we first arrived on campus, many of us had expectations of what college might be like, but weren't exactly sure what it would bring our way. We didn't know what a 200-person lecture would feel like, what the dining hall food would taste like, or what a basketball game here in Pauley would sound like. Given UCLA's bounty of opportunities, we had joined clubs, attended thought-provoking classes, and built friendships with people from all backgrounds. As we wove through the gauntlet of college, we made many decisions. Some small, like whether to go to that Friday 8 a.m. lecture, and some big, like choosing a major. But not everything was up to us. Much of our experience was shaped by chance. As a physics major, I've spent a lot of time thinking about probability. Maybe not as much as the statistics majors out there, but enough to appreciate the role that uncertainty plays in each of our lives. For example, what were the odds that my randomly assigned roommates would become two of my best friends? And what were the chances of getting a good enrollment time slot? I even wondered, what is the probability that an electron is in a given state? Hopefully, I didn't lose your attention with that last example, and you'll bear with me as we step a little further into the world of physics and quantum mechanics. I promise I won't be discussing whether the cat is dead or alive. For a moment, I want you to imagine throwing a ball at a wall. When the ball hits the wall, you expect it to bounce back at you. Instead, imagine the ball appearing on the other side of the wall. Seems impossible, right? Well, in the world of quantum physics, there's a small probability that this will happen. It's called quantum tunneling. Quantum tunneling is when a particle surmounts an energy barrier that seems classically impossible. You have quantum tunneling to thank for processes like nuclear fusion, which produce our sunlight. This idea that a seemingly impossible barrier can be overcome, given the smallest probability, is something that extends far beyond physics. For some of you here today, graduating college may have seemed like an insurmountable barrier. But with your effort and resilience and the support of your community, you did it. Jackie Joyner-Kersee, who we are especially fortunate to have join us today, is a legendary example of someone who found a way to break through barriers, breaking countless world records and redefining what humans are physically and mentally capable of. Our UCLA education has equipped us with the tools to tunnel barriers we will encounter beyond this beautiful campus. We have learned to think critically and solve problems creatively. Of course, challenges will present themselves differently for each of us, and when we are faced with them, we may not always know what to do. That is when we should remember this lesson from quantum mechanics, that we can all be tunneling particles, resilient, persistent, brave. As you go forth into this next phase of your life, aim high in your endeavors and welcome new challenges. Let's step into the world with the mindset that the impossible is really possible. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026.
Sorry, the next page was blank. We would like to thank the students for the excellent remarks, and I want to introduce back up to the podium Chancellor Frank.
Thank you for your wonderful remarks. It's now my pleasure to introduce today's distinguished speaker, Jackie Joyner-Kersee. Before she became an Olympic legend, Jackie Joyner-Kersee was a Bruin. She arrived at UCLA from East St. Louis with extraordinary talent, determination, and ambition. Here on campus, she pursued excellence in 2 sports, competing as a standout student athlete in both basketball and track and field. Long before she leapt into the hearts of millions around the world, she balanced practices, competitions, classes, and the daily challenges of student life at UCLA, much like the graduates seated before us today. What followed was one of the most remarkable athletic careers in history. Jackie competed at 4 Olympic Games and won 6 Olympic medals, including 3 gold medals. She redefined what was possible in the heptathlon and long jump, setting records that have endured for decades. She amassed so many medals and records across so many decades and disciplines that they are often distilled into a single distinction: the greatest female athlete of the 20th century. But what makes Jackie Joyner-Kersee truly extraordinary is that her legacy extends far beyond the track. Throughout her life, she has devoted herself to expanding opportunities for others. Through the Jackie Joyner-Kersee Foundation, she has invested in young people, strengthened communities, and helped create pathways to success in her hometown of East St. Louis and beyond. She has shown that excellence and service are not competing ideals, but complementary ones. In many ways, Jackie embodies the very best of UCLA. Excellence pursued with purpose, leadership rooted in service, and a commitment to expanding opportunities for others. Her story reminds us that our greatest accomplishments are more than the heights we reach. They lie in the opportunities we create for others. Please join me in giving a warm UCLA welcome to our 2026 College Commencement Distinguished Speaker, Jackie Joyner-Kersee.
Thank you. You know, it's hot up in here. Anyway, to Chancellor Frank, thank you. To the distinguished platform dais, that this is really just a great moment for me. And the reason is great because I never got an opportunity to sit where you're sitting today. It is a moment of reflection. And as I think about the reflection, I think about my freshman year walking on the campus of UCLA, not really knowing what I was about to embark on. It was a dream. My parents really couldn't afford for me to go to UCLA, but having an athletic gift allowed me to earn a scholarship in basketball and track and field. Thanks. And a shout out to the national champions in women's basketball. My freshman year was very challenging on many occasions. I'm diagnosed as an asthmatic. I'm thinking they're gonna take my scholarship away. I'm thinking that I'm not good in the state of California, that I'm only good in the state of Illinois. Not realizing that my breathing was impacting my performance. And once I was able to come to grips with it and understand that it is a disease that I can control, but I had to stop being stubborn and I had to follow the game plan. And early January, I lose my mother unexpectedly. And I had to travel back home to East St. Louis, where I didn't really have a home because our home had burnt down. And I had to take on the responsibility of trying to make sure that my younger sister and my older brother, that we were going to be okay after making the decision to take my mother off life support. And at that moment, I realized I'd go back to my aunt's home and thinking that, you know, I stay back in East St. Louis. Really, that wasn't the plan. I woke up, and for me, I saw an image of my mother. My mother did not finish high school. And one of the things that we talked about, that if we ever had the opportunity, take full advantage of your education, Jackie, because she didn't really fully understand what I was doing athletically. And quite frank, she really didn't care. She wanted me to get a job and an education and pay her 10% of the money from the job. So, as I saw that image, I woke up and I realized that I have a scholarship, I live in a dorm room, I have my own bed, they have a cafeteria with all the food that I could ever want and eat. And so I made my mind up after going over to the community center where I grew up and looking and padlocks on the door. And I started thinking at the age of 18, where do the young people go? And as I traveled back out to the West Coast, I traveled back out there with an understanding that I wanted to do something for my community. I didn't know exactly what that was going to be. That was the community in East St. Louis. But the community of love, the community of support, and the community of encouragement was right here on UCLA campus. It was the family. Thank you. It was the families and friends and my teammates that supported me through my journey. But then I also realized that you can't do anything alone. As each and every one of you sit here today, I am very humbled by you, because today is the day that we celebrate you. It is a celebration for you, your family, your friends. You, the life that you have created, is the life that you will live. The commitment that you have made to be resolved and understanding of the hard work, the sacrifices, the self-doubt, is the reason we are here to celebrate you. It is a celebration because you've been through so much. And this moment is just a moment, but from this moment will become milestones. This is just one milestone. And you continue on this journey of knowing what it is that you want out of life. I said the life that you have created is the life that you would live. The creation comes from you. The path that you would take is left up to you. You have control of you. Don't worry about the things that you cannot control, because they will absorb your energy and take you in a path that you do not want to follow. So stay true. Stay true to your own mission. Stay true to your own journey. And know that through this journey, you're going to be challenged. There's going to be challenges. But through your community, your family and friends, they would be there to support you. And never, never forget that you didn't do it alone. The support was always there when you didn't even think it was there. So I want to finish up by saying to each and every one of you, this is just the beginning. It's a moment that you should remember for the rest of your lives. I started off, go ahead. I started off by saying it is a reflection for me, because I was trying to make Olympic team, and for whatever reason, they were the same time as the graduation. Yes. But to be here with each and every one of you today really fills my heart, because you're graduating and I'm graduating with you. Yes. Thank you, and remember to be kind to yourself, self-respect, determination and grit, critical thinking, service, and be the best version of yourself. The life that you have created is the life that you are living. Know what's in your toolbox. And every opportunity, a challenge come before you, pull out what the faculty have poured into you to get you to this point. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for those incredibly inspirational words. Another round of applause for Jackie Joyner-Kersee. I'm Darnell Hunt, UCLA's Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. It is my honor to call Chancellor Julio Frank to the podium. The deans of the college will present the candidates for the conferral of their degrees. Presenting the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Disability Studies in the Division of Undergraduate Education is Dean and Vice Provost Adriana Galvan.
Thank you, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost Hunt. The Disability Studies graduates have completed the first degree of its kind to be offered at a public university in California. These trailblazing students have studied how disability is a core aspect of the human experience, something the majority of us at some point will experience either in a temporary or permanent way during our lives. They've mastered the ability to think critically, to conduct important research, to express their experience in the arts, and to apply what they've learned in our community as our champions in challenging and changing society's attitudes towards disability. They've proven themselves to be exceptionally versatile scholars by excelling in advanced courses representing a wide range of disciplines, including the arts and humanities, health sciences, social sciences, public policy, technology, and education. We are proud to be cultivating a growing community of scholars in a field that values empathy and intersectional thinking. As graduates, they will serve at the forefront of transforming society's perceptions of disability. Their goal is nothing short of a more inclusive society, one that extends opportunity for success to everyone. I'm so proud of their work. Excelling alongside our bachelor students in the important foundational courses of this discipline are our minors of disability studies. Since 2007, we've graduated over 300 minors in disability studies. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Disability Studies and our degree candidates completing the disabilities minor please stand if you're able and remain standing. Chancellor Frank, it is my honor to present to you our groundbreaking, artistic, passionate, scientifically, socially committed, outrageously compassionate, technologically advanced, and entirely phenomenal candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Disability Studies and the Disability Studies minor in the Division of Undergraduate Education.
Thank you, Adriana. Candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree and the minor in Disability Studies, please be seated. Presenting the candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the Division of Physical Sciences is Dean Miguel Garcia Garibay.
Thank you, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost Hunt. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in the Division of Physical Sciences please raise and remain standing? Graduates, you have learned about the great challenges of our time, deep questions about the nature of our universe, about our origins, and above all, about our future in the world in which we live. For instance, climate change lies in the domain of our students. Let's go a little bit out of script here, shall we? Why don't we try this? If you hear your mayor and you thought your mayor was kind of easy, you can stay quiet. If you thought that your mayor was really hard, then be really loud. All right? So let's try that again. Climate change lies in the domains of our students in atmospheric and oceanic sciences, earth, planetary, and space sciences, and the Institute of the Environment and Sustainability. All right. Now, the discovery of compounds that cure diseases and that lead to the sustainable generation of energy will be the world of our graduates in chemistry and biochemistry. That sounds pretty hard. The investigation into the structure and deep history of our universe, as well as the possibility of other life in the cosmos, will be pioneered by our physics in physics and astronomy. Now, how about our graduates in mathematics, statistics, and data science? Along with our majors in data theory, you will pioneer the mastery of flood of data that we must now process in order to understand and manage an even more complex world. All of this and more will be addressed by you. This is a second chance. Our graduates in atmospheric and oceanic sciences, Earth, planetary, and space sciences. EPS is not easy, guys. Come on. Statistics and data science, environmental science, physics and astronomy, mathematics, chemistry and biochemistry. Wonderful. Physical sciences graduates, you all live here with a deep fund of knowledge in the science underlying what we know about our world, and you also carry with you absolutely finely honed skills in reasoning and analysis that will equip you to overcome the most daunting intellectual challenges that will be thrown your way. You are the cream of the crop. You have mastered the hard sciences. Chancellor Frank, it is my honor to present to you the dedicated, inquisitive, analytical, gifted, and altogether stellar candidates for the degrees of Bachelors of Science and Bachelors of Arts from the Division of Physical Sciences.
Impressive. Thank you, Miguel. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the physical sciences, please be seated. Presenting the candidates for bachelor's degree in the Division of Humanities is Dean Alexandra Minna Stern.
Thank you, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost Hunt. Will the candidates for the Bachelor's of Arts degree in the Division of Humanities please rise if you are able and remain standing? Let's see you. When I think of you, and as I see you out there today, I reflect that the greatest public research university in the land educates experts and seekers of knowledge of many kinds. And that among these, since UCLA's founding a century ago, there have always been experts in humankind. You represent the young people who have felt called to study human legacy itself, the thought and languages and literatures and arts that define our personal and social lives and our long cultural histories. Indeed, as Chancellor Frank noted, universities since their earliest beginnings over a millennium ago made a place for fundamental consideration of human value, of human meaning, and human improvement. From this seed, the university grew and continues to grow, even as we as humans face ever-renewed challenges and opportunities. Humanities graduates, what have you learned and what will you take with you from UCLA to teach others? You are, and get ready for your cue, graduates in philosophy. Exacting caretakers of truth and morality. You are linguists. Scholars of language itself as a human faculty and medium of communication. You are art historians. Keen observers of the image and its uses. You are scholars of religion, showing us how humans' deepest beliefs about the world shape our lives. And many of you, I know, are learners of difficult languages and sharp and independent-minded readers of the literatures of the world. And let's hear what some of them are. English. There we go. Asian languages and cultures. Near Eastern languages and cultures. Comparative literature. Classics. Spanish and Portuguese. Slavic, East European, and Eurasian languages and cultures. And European languages and cultures. And many of you here today have completed minors in digital humanities and the study of religion. As your dean, I hope that you've completed the coursework for your degrees with joy in learning and with the real drive to understand all that is human. But I also know you're very aware of the practical, very considerable powers you've acquired. You are highly trained writers and speakers. You are readers and translators and interpreters of complex human situations and histories, including situations of conflict. You are living encyclopedias of culture and spokespeople for the commitments held most dear by human beings. You are critics, creators, freethinkers, fighters for justice, and continually self-correcting learners. These are the powers any workplace needs. They're also very clearly the powers that the world needs today. Chancellor Frank, I present to you the cultured, thoughtful, resourceful, passionately humane, and considerate candidates for the degree of Bachelors of Arts from the Division of Humanities. Congratulations.
Thank you, Alex. Candidates for the bachelor's degree from the humanities, please be seated. Presenting the candidates for bachelor's degree in the Division of Life Sciences is Dean Tracy Johnson.
Thank you, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost Hunt. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in the Division of Life Sciences please rise if you're able and remain standing? I would like to start by congratulating you for all that you've accomplished over these 4 extraordinary years. While this time has brought some challenges to all of us, there have been opportunities for extraordinary growth and remarkable triumphs. To this end, it's important for us to take stock of what the disciplines within the life sciences, which you've all explored and embraced, have accomplished in this extraordinary time. Accomplishments like research in psychology that has helped us understand and, yes, ameliorate psychological stress. Advances in computational and systems biology that have allowed us to develop computational models that can predict the structure of proteins and design drugs to target their functions. And because of fundamental studies in immunology and molecular biology, we can reprogram immune cells to fight cancer. Advances in molecular genetics have made it possible for the first time to develop gene therapy to treat sickle cell disease and other devastating ailments. Yes, in this short time that you've been students here at UCLA, disciplines in the life sciences have quite literally been at the center of addressing the most fundamental global challenges of a generation. But frankly, this isn't new, because life sciences disciplines have long been at the forefront of addressing the most fundamental and existential questions of our time. Questions like, what is the impact of human activity on the planet, and what do we need to do to mitigate negative effects? How do we prevent and cure life-threatening diseases? What is consciousness? How do we think? How do we learn? How do we love? And how does that 3-pound organ inside of our skulls affect all of it? At UCLA, to address these exciting biological questions, we offer a dozen majors in life sciences. And remember, life sciences is the home to the largest number of undergraduate majors. So let's make some noise. These majors include computational and systems biology, ecology, behavior, and evolution, marine biology, human biology and society, cognitive science, microbiology, immunology, and molecular genetics, molecular cell and developmental biology, physiology, neuroscience, psychobiology, biology, and psychology. So as UCLA has recently marked its first 100 years, you, our graduating Bruins in the life sciences, will lead us into the next 100 years as our future leaders, doctors, scientists, therapists, entrepreneurs, and of course, global citizens. So Chancellor Frank, it is my honor to present to you the psychologically well-adjusted, neurologically well-connected, ecologically sensitive, evolutionarily complex, immunologically well-flexible, molecularly elegant, physiologically well-integrated, computationally sophisticated, and absolutely amazing candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in the Division of Life Sciences.
Thank you, Tracy. That was impressive. All right, presenting the candidates for the bachelor's degrees in the Division of Social Sciences is Dean Abel Valenzuela, Jr.
Thank you, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost Hunt. If you are able, will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts in the Division of Social Sciences please rise loudly and proudly and remain standing. Today marks not only the completion of a degree, but the culmination of years of curiosity, sacrifice, growth, and determination. Each of you should be incredibly proud of what you have accomplished. Our motto in the social sciences is engaging Los Angeles, changing the world. And you are now positioned and expected to take what you have learned and make your mark on the world. As social scientists, you will have the opportunity to claim a seat at the table to help shape the positive changes you want to see in the world. As social scientists, you will address economic, political, and social conditions in order to create more equity and opportunity in our public and our private institutions. As social scientists, you will examine the roots of social and cultural conflicts to move us toward a more just and humane society, one in which kindness, thoughtful engagement, and connection among all of us will drive meaningful change and inspire tremendous good. As social scientists, you will communicate across cultures and communities, forging enduring partnerships with people different from yourselves, whether from different neighborhoods, different cities, different states, different political parties, or different nations, in part because we are one UCLA, and we embrace our differences and expansiveness across multiple spaces. As social scientists from UCLA, You have learned from the faculty in highly ranked departments that are among the best in the world, and you will be active agents for change in the construction of a better society, and I am profoundly in awe of your accomplishments now, and I await your impact moving forward. All of you in the social sciences, and here's the count-off. There's a lot of departments. It represents the largest division in the college, so be prepared. Beginning with geography, aerospace, military science, and naval science, American Indian Studies, communication, labor studies, anthropology, archaeology, Asian American studies, gender studies, LGBTQ studies, Chicano and Central American studies, history, sociology, African American studies, political science, and economics. You have learned to look at the world through a new lens of understanding. You have the research skills, the cultural insight, and community-oriented perspective to change the world. Today, we celebrate your achievements and the promise of a future that benefits from your leadership. You have reached this moment, not despite the challenges you have faced, but because you faced those challenges with dedication, thoughtfulness, and hard work. Chancellor Frank, I am honored to present to you the most socially engaged, research-savvy, service-oriented, culturally creative, interactionally skillful, intersubjectively attuned, connected in multimodal ways, around-the-clock inspired and inspiring, multilingual, multicultural, and multi-everything you could ever think of, plus more. The candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts from the great UCLA Division of Social Sciences. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Abel. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the Division of Social Sciences, please be seated. The candidates for the bachelor's degrees have now been presented. I call on Chancellor Frank to confer the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts on the class of 2026. Will all of the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts please stand and remain standing?
Graduates, your presence here is a testament to your talent, dedication, and resilience. The class of 2026 has earned a special place in our university's 107-year history. And while your time as an undergraduate student may be coming to an end, you will always be a Bruin. The knowledge and skills you've gained, both in the classroom and beyond, will guide you as you navigate and shape a rapidly evolving world. We hope you will keep this remarkable place close wherever life takes you. Now, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Sciences. Before you receive your degrees, you wore your tassels on the right side of your mortarboards. Now, it is time to move the tassel to the left and join the select company of UCLA graduates. Turn your tassels. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates. To close commencement, please join in the singing of the alma mater, Hail to the Hills of Westwood. Performed by Trinity De La Cruz, Sophie Spire, Andreas Delgado, and Kyle Shu from the Herb Alpert School of Music.
Hail to the hills of Westwood, to the mighty sea below. Hail to our alma mater, she will conquer every foe. For we're loyal to the Southland, her honor we'll uphold. We'll gladly give our hearts to thee, to the blue and to the gold.
Thank you, Trinity, Sophie, Andreas, and Kyle. And to all of you, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Go Bruins.